Well, and then it's a question of whether or not, since they went so cheap on the price on it, I was thinking is did they make some of it unavailable to be able to be used so that people would go out and get like an external hard drive to add to it? The problem is that then, not listen, it's not as cheap. Is did they make some of it unavailable to be able to be used so that people would go out and get like an external hard drive to add to it? Well, do you think do you think they just learned a lesson? Like, since they didn't do that, that's the reason why they're at least going to make an attempt at it with the PS4 to PS5. Yeah, but it'd be nice just to be able to use one console for the like any of the games, like PS1 on up. Would be cool. Mm-hmm.
To also got Ultimate Tenkaichi 1 and and Sonic Heroes for the PS2.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Sonic
Well,
Heroes.
yeah. You're Black Sonic, so you probably pretty much have. Do you have every single Sonic game?
Well, no, I know I have Sonic Unleashed, but I gotta find it. I got the Sega Genesis. I got the hold on, wait, let me see. Let me see. It's right over here. Shit. I got the fuck. I got Sonic's Ultimate Genesis collection for the PS3. That's the last. That's the last game where Sonic 3 is on a console. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. 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 Hold on a second. I got
God.
some people saying that they can't hear any audio from anybody else, so which is weird because it's showing that's a little loud now. I think I
I
figured it out.
played Sonic Unleashed, but it was so laggy on my PS3 for some reason.
Um,
It's a game console or something. I don't know. Unless you're streaming it from the PS Now, but if you just got the physical disc, then again, I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss for words.
well, I used to do the where I was just collecting games or whatever. And now it just doesn't really matter as long as I can play them. I don't really care about having the original consoles.
That's kind of like what I started to before. Like I bought a PS2 and bought like a whole track load of RPGs for it, and then after eventually I was just like looking at it and it's just sitting there and the game's just sitting there. I'm like, I probably played maybe one of these games for like a couple hours and never really touched anything else. Yeah, I'll have to get.
Shit, I remember playing the
Something
PS2 back then a lot. I loved it.
What?
PS2 was like one of the best consoles ever.
Hey, Amadeus, what was your first console?
My first console, the 64.
Nintendo 64.
Oh, dope.
That was my second one.
My the first console that I played was the PS1. I think the
Actually,
first.
no. The 64 was my first console. Actually, the first one was my mom's console, the NES, the original Nintendo.
The OG Nintendo.
Yes, and I still have it in the storage right now because I mean she passed, but I still have it actually.
Sorry about that,
Yeah,
man.
that's right.
No, it's okay. It's okay, but I mean, I'd rather her not, be suffering with pain than, you know,
Oh yeah, I know what you mean, man.
No, exactly.
Duck Hunt, Mario,
Fuck.
all those games were crazy games to be playing with.
Yeah, mine was an Atari 5200.
Speaking of Atari, I got the Atari collection for the PS2.
You have ET, you know.
I just
the
tried
game
playing-
where they buried
Oh, ET.
shitloads in fucking Mexico.
What up, Jay? What up, Jay?
What's up, Josh? We're talking first consoles. What was your first console?
Probably a PS2.
PS2.
Oh, this guy's a young.
Yeah. The PS2 was the first console I owned. The PS1 was the first console I played.
First console owned and played. The good old NES.
Good old NES.
first-
Nice.
Oh, guys, what about the first handheld console? Y'all played or owned or both?
Game Boy.
Game Boy.
Played the Game Boy. Played the Game Boy, owned the Game Boy Color, and then bought. Then got almost like every other handheld after.
Man, I can't remember what Game Boy I played. I'm just gonna say I played the Game Boy first. That was the first handheld I played. The first handheld that I owned was either. No. The first handheld that I owned was the PSP.
Everyone played and wanted a Game Boy only for one game.
Tetris?
Pokemon.
Oh yeah. Now I didn't play.
Once Pokemon dropped, it was just like the Game Boy was the thing to have, and everyone wanted to play Pokemon.
Now I didn't play the Pokemon games back then. I watched the show because the show was really good.
Oh my god, the show does not do the fucking game justice, man. It's like, hey, I'm Ash. I'm gonna battle everyone and get my ass beat all the time. While you're playing the game, if you're playing the game, you're just like, is this supposed to be like the show? I'm beating everyone. Ash can't win worth shit.
Exactly, bro. They be doing my boy Ash so dirty, man.
Yeah, but then next thing you know, here comes the Sun and Moon season. 22 years later, he finally wins a frickin' league.
Hey, you want to hear something that might get my geek card pulled? I've never played a single Pokemon game. I've never watched a single Pokemon thing. I played Pokemon Go. I played Pokemon Go.
Whoa.
Hold on, guys. Before you hate on him, Rogue, how old are you?
45. So.
Oh yeah, you're the dude who's 45. Okay, so there you go. That's why he hasn't played or watched Pokemon. He is not of that generation. If you like too young or too old, there's he's not in that in between
There is no young or too
There is
old.
no young or too old because how old is Red? How old are you?
Me, I'm 31, and I got fucking Pokemon. And I freaking the last Pokemon game I bought and played with Pokemon.
But you're 31 though. That's that you were a kid when it came
But
out.
yeah,
so
like I
that's
said, I see where you're coming at that.
Yes, he was
Like
already in his mid 20s when that shit dropped, man.
Yeah,
His
probably-
mid to late
well,
20s, and you were in your
I think I'm the youngest. Shit, I think I'm the youngest here.
No, Josh.
We seen Pokemon. Us as kids looking at it, we're like,
You're 31. Oh, that's such a prime age, you lucky bastard. I wish I was fucking gotta see the 90s.
James sees Pokemon. James looks at that like, what kind of fucking crap is that?
Hey, Cactus, want to get on Battlefront 2 with me?
Roger.
Because we already know what's about to. Oh yeah, Cactus. Let me tell you what happened yesterday. I reported this asshole yesterday. that was talking shit to me and about Lopez.
Oh, that's fucked.
And he said you guys are garbage and all that shit. And I'm like, okay, fine. And I thought to myself, I'm gonna report your
What a lame
motherfucking ass.
insult compared to the Frenchman who said, "Big American baby, go wah wah wah."
Oh, you know, French
Some French guy did
motherfuckers,
that.
Yo, right? Yeah, we jumped in a French party and they were yelling at Black Hornet saying, "You are just mad because you suck," and they're like, "Big American baby, go wah wah wah."
Yo, I could have said something that would have hurt their fucking feelings.
I was like, "Yo, that's how babies cry in France. They go wah wah wah," and they're like, "Yes."
Bro, hold on, guys.
Turned off our streaming subject.
Hold on, wait a
No, I was
second.
about to say
Yeah,
that.
let's go back. Let's go back to games. What's the first game you rushed home from school to play?
Oh man, Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1. That was my favorite game at the time.
I have to go back to it. Pokemon. Every time I came home was Pokemon.
The Legend of Zelda.
I gotta sit here and think on this for a second, because throughout the years of growing up, many of the consoles I had growing up had, you know, NES, then 64, GameCube, PS2, all that shit growing up. Let's just say I'll just jump from console to console. NES was pretty much, you can say, Mega Man 3. Loved the
Mega Man
shit
3.
out of that
Holy
game.
crap. Yeah.
Played the fuck out of that game.
Yeah, fire. I have it.
Then we jumped to the 64. Then I'm just gonna. What was like one of the most popular games on the 64? Legend of Zelda. Zelda. Always came home wanting to play that. Then we jumped to the GameCube. GameCube. Oh, let's just say it was all over.
Oh, hold on, wait. Speaking of the GameCube, speaking of the GameCube is so underrated. It got destroyed by the PS2.
I know.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with the quality of the
The
game.
games for GameCube hold up better than the PS2 games. Is what's hilarious. Like, you go play GameCube games on emulators, and you're like, yo, this is aged better than PS2 games. Like, you know.
Yeah, I remember my cousin had a GameCube, man. I used to love playing that shit.
It's because the graphical style they went with it just aged better. They didn't do the realistic style. They went the cartoon route, and it makes it just age like.
Well, they're probably just better games.
To this day.
One of my favorite games on the PS2 was the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Yeah, everyone's favorite game on PS2.
That probably has to be almost like everyone's
All we
favorite Grand Theft Auto.
had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
Literally.
So I was like, man, I'm like, but this dude cannot shoot, man. Why you tell me to follow the fucking train and you can't shoot with your fat, ugly ass?
Yeah.
So I got to vote for on somebody on the stream. Medal of Honor 1999. Anybody play that?
Ooh.
That's actually one of the first video games I've ever played in my life, being born in 96. One of the first games I ever played when I was like 3 to 4 was Medal of Honor on PS1, the original, not Medal of Honor 99, because I think 99 is Underground, but the first one was like 97, I think. And I grew up playing that one, and I also grew up playing Underground and just watching my dad play PS1 when I was a kid. And then when I remember when the PS2 came out, fucking when he brought it back in this crazy ass Sony bag, and like downtown San Francisco had like this crazy Sony store with like a glass floor. Looked like the shit was in like the year 2100, the Sony store in downtown SF.
Sony store?
Ridiculous
Holy
looking.
crap.
Yeah, dude. PlayStation store, Sony store, man. And it was bitchin' looking. They closed it like 2005, but that's a story for another time.
Man, I bet you the early 2000s was fun.
Whipped it out. Oh my god, it was just next level. I remember one of the first things I was playing on it was Medal of Honor Rising Sun or Frontline. Frontline was the first one I played. Then Rising Sun came out a little later. And I remember playing Battlefront 2003 online on PS2 with Ethernet connection. Same with COD Finest Hour, aka COD 1.
Didn't it came out in 05?
Which one?
Battlefront 2. You said Battlefront 2.
BF2. I'm saying BF1 03, dude. I'm saying before even BF2 even existed, I was playing the first one online, man. I was playing PS2 online because I had to fucking I had an Airport Express. It's like a device Apple used to make that allowed like it was like a relay for your fucking router, and you can fucking plug it in a power strip. The back of it, the one side has an Ethernet port, goes into like a Dreamcast, PS2, you fucking name it.
Man, I remember playing Renegade Squadron on my PSP. I had the Darth Vader.
I never had a PSP, man. I was always wanted one.
I had that on the PSP as well.
I had the Darth Vader edition PSP, man. I loved it.
So sick, dude. I wish I had. I
See,
always remember the commercials. Like
now, compared the PSP to the Vita, the PSP it feels a lot more cheaper compared to the Vita, because the PSP came out in 04, and the Vita came out in like 11 or 13 or something like that.
11, yeah.
Okay.
So my first handheld was
3DS was 11 actually, and then Vito's 13.
You guys ever play those Tiger like cheap ass handheld games like Double Dragon stuff like that? Those were my handheld games.
They're freaking black and white plate.
Yeah, what is it called? Like monochrome or shit?
Yeah.
Like I don't even remember the name of that.
Hey, y'all were like,
it's like instead of you're playing a game, it's like you're like moving an image.
That's what it was.
Moving a picture.
That's what it was.
y'all know, like, y'all ever like be in computer classes in like school and shit, and then teacher goes away and then y'all play computer games, but then when she comes by, you gotta switch the tab that quick.
Yep.
Get on that Minecraft.
Yo, whoever said they're 31,
Yeah,
so I
mine's
assume you're
21st,
what?
same
You're
mine's
born 89? That's like the perfect age, man. You were fucking 10 when like Pokemon Red and Blue came out and took the world by storm. Like, damn, you were that kid in the commercial, weren't you? Like at that
Yeah,
age,
I
like
fuck-
trading with the link cables and shit.
If I was the kid in the listen, if I was the kid in the commercial, I'd probably still be playing video games. But
No, I know. I'm just saying that you were the same.
I'd have a shitload of money. I'd be like, I am Pokemon. I'd be like, I am Ash Ketchum. Instead of being a bitch, I kick ass and get ass.
Man, I tell you, man, like like my favorite era in gaming, it'll probably be between the PS2 to the late PS3 era. That was my favorite era.
If I was to pick like an era in between, I would like said be same as probably what you said, PS2, but I'd be throwing the GameCube in there as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The GameCube was in the PS2 era. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, think about this. How many of your favorite like era of gaming was somewhere between the age of like 14 and 17?
Yeah, that's.
I would have to say that. Yeah, I would have to say that.
You know why? You know why? You know why? It's because that's when you're at your emotional peak. Like, and so you're like mentally, when you think of video games, you're gonna like your mind's gonna go back to when you're at your emotional peak, when things were most intense or whatever. That's why most people's favorite music that really makes them nostalgic is from that time period. Like that's the best music of all time for everybody, is the music they were listening to right around that 14 to 17 range.
Man, I remember I was watching a YouTube video the other day and I heard the PS1 intro. I was like, oh man, this feels so nostalgic.
Yo, humans love familiarity. That's why, let's say you watch something you don't even like, and then you watch it again the second time, it's magically better the second time because it's familiar. You know what I mean, guys?
I honestly.
Oh yeah.
You're watching the same shit over and over because it's familiar and comfortable, and you know it's safe. Like you're like, safety.
I honestly.
Oh, okay, Captain. Up to you.
I honestly think I can say that about fucking that Genshin Impact game. Like I downloaded it, I played it for probably an hour, and was like, yeah. No, like this is too much like Zelda. Zelda is 100 times better. I can't play this. Deleted it. Couple days later, downloaded it, started playing it, and I'm just like, okay. Why are you good now? What is this?
And that's what it is.
Dude,
That's what
the familiarity, man. I told you, it's like it seeps into your mind and gets you. Okay, on the topic of Zelda, what's your favorite Zelda game? Like top three?
I'm not a big Zelda fan.
I know. I'm making you pick. Yes, I know it's like the decisions that like separate the children from the men.
Dude, I was alive when they were all popping up. Well, I was born after. Well, no, I was born after Zelda, the first one came out.
Alright, Captain, you gotta protect me.
When the second one came out.
Dude, Zelda 2, I'm just gonna say it, and I'm gonna be in the very big minority on this.
That one can burn in hell. That's all I can say.
Yo, this man really just said Zelda 2 is his favorite Zelda. Said nobody ever.
Yep. I like the fact that it was like so different.
So do you like getting to
how old were you when you were playing it?
What's that?
I said when you first played it, like how old were you?
Gosh, I would have been right in that, probably 13. When did Zelda 2 come out? I gotta look at that.
I think it was like 87 or something.
Yeah, because first is 85. I think second's like 80, 87 or
So
something.
I probably was in that range.
The first one came out in
87, so I was 13 years old. So right in that age range. So I have somebody asking about Gears of War.
If you were too young when that came out, you'd be like, I'm so confused. What do I do? Like, but yet you were 13, so you could like figure it out because you're like a person at 13.
Yeah, then you got me, a fucking 5-year-old playing.
Where the fuck
Attack!
So,
the difference between a 5-year-old and a 13-year-old playing it, that's what's gonna make you decide if you like it or don't like it. Exactly.
Yeah. Gears of War.
But here's the thing. I played, of course, playing it back then as like, a 5-year-old, just like playing it. You're just playing the game, whatever, not know what the fuck to do, just playing the game. Then next thing you know, you get older, learn shit. Then you go, I'm like,
wait,
Zelda 2. All right, I'm gonna play some Zelda 2. I remember this gameplay. Then you're playing and trying to figure it out. Then you're like,
guys, they're right behind me.
Hard. And then you gotta you get pissed off because the game fucking hurt as shit.
See, look at that shit. They always go after me.
Always picking on you.
Why are you so mad at me, Obi-Wan? Because I took the high ground from you, baby?
All right, so
well,
so I'm gonna finish up this show and then I'm gonna get on some Battlefront 2. So I do have somebody that's asking about Gears of War. Anybody play Gears of War?
I played the third and fourth one. I have the fourth one here.
Are you fucking...
Wait, is it the fourth one?
Bro, they're on you like flies on shit. Like, holy fuck.
Played Gears of War. I played the first one. I played the second one. I played the third one. I played a little bit of the
I know, I'm
Judgment.
sorry. I'm like trying so hard to protect
And
you.
I've watched one of my friends play Gears of War 5. I make fun of one. I made when Gears of War 5 came out, or Gears 4, whatever. I said to him, I said, "Hey, you want to know something?" He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Marcus dies." He's like,
Yeah, you
"Shut
done messed
up."
up now, Kenobi.
He's like,
See my
"Shut up."
lightsaber.
I'm like,
Oh, sorry.
I'm like, he dies.
You're that guy that walked out of Force Awakens and said that Han died, aren't you? Did you see that guy that got his butt kicked in Korea or something like that? Like he walked out of the Force Awakens and he said,
Bro, you know how many
like in front of all these
apparently
people.
hella fights during the Phantom Menace when people spoiled shit like fucking like Qui-Gon dying and like people would flip out and they had fights in Phantom Menace.
Now that is a question that I want to ask everybody here. Lightsaber duels. What is everybody's favorite lightsaber duel?
Dude, I think it's a trick question. The right answer is fucking Episode 5, Luke versus Vader. You're just not topping that. It's just the silence speaks so loud, just like how quiet they are in the fight.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Dude, it speaks so much louder than words or fucking banging music.
And then all it is just.
Yeah, the Force is with you, young Skywalker.
I gotta go Anakin and Obi-Wan, and we will.
Full of surprises.
We'll be.
The best fight in the franchise by far.
That is the most expensive fight in the franchise, and I think that is the best one. That's my
You know,
top.
that's fun fact. That's the longest sword fight in cinematic movie history.
Yes.
The
Okay.
second is like the Three Musketeers movie, I believe, from like the 70s, 80s, late 70s.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, you know that movie I'm talking about? Yeah, it's like the really long sword fight in that movie.
When it comes to lightsaber duels, I believe Obi-Wan versus Anakin and Mustafar was like my top.
It's the best fight, but the blue on blue just does not look as pretty to me as like that fucking pink hue of red that Vader's saber has versus Luke's blue, and like I just love the old style CGI so much for some weird reason. Like, I recently saw Empire in theaters for the 40th anniversary. I was like, I think it was like September 30th or so, and that shit was fucking amazing.
The
dude.
cultural
Like, oh my
impact
God.
of that lightsaber duel, it
Yes,
can't be
man,
matched.
That's what I'm saying. It's like almost low key, like more impactful than Anakin and Obi-Wan. Low key. Like,
Well, let's see if we can put these two up there too, because I have two more on the top three. My second one would be Savage Opress.
okay, so we're including the show.
Yep.
We're including everything in Star Wars. Not the
I mean,
books, but
obviously,
TV series
I feel like it's not a fair comparison because in animated format, you could do all these crazy,
Sure.
unrealistic, and would look so cheesy in live action. So it's like really not a fair
But
comparison.
in,
in,
in all fairness, though, like including those is one of the things that we as Star Wars fans can do to get other people
exactly.
that dismiss the animated stuff and say, hey, look at these amazing lightsaber
Yeah,
duels.
exactly. I agree.
But-
There are some fights in the shows that are just fucking ridiculously good. There's
That's
several
why I
fights
put
that I
that one on there. That's why I put that one as one of my top three. But the third one, I don't know if you guys would agree with this one, would be Yoda versus Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith.
yeah,
That is a
yeah.
fight that everybody was waiting for since the original trilogy.
That was
Yes,
pretty
dude,
awesome.
literally, because they toyed with that concept of Yoda's Force Ghost and Obi-Wan's Force Ghost assisting Luke in Return of the Jedi, and they just kind of like they tossed that concept because it'd be kind of cheesy.
They should have used that in Rise of Skywalker. Anakin's
That's what
Force
low-key
Ghost.
they kind of did. Is like instead of them actually being there, though, they were more just like spiritually there.
Yeah, but
Now,
it would have
Yoda
meant
coming
way
in
more.
Jedi.
It would have meant
You
way
see
more.
Yoda coming in, and he looks sort of weak with his his walking stick. But the moment he pulled out his lightsaber, all his acrobatic
Dude,
moves.
I still remember being 6 years old in Attack of the Clones when Yoda dropped the fucking stick and he used the Force to grab his saber and like, oh my god,
Yep,
the fucking My eyes were glued to that screen, dude. I was like, what is happening next?
Doing something.
Hey, but we're gonna cover this topic more if anybody's around for the Star Wars show here in a couple hours, 5 p.m. Eastern. So
Rogue.
that's gonna be like that show is gonna be almost all about lightsaber duels.
Hey, Rogue, remember when I talked about Rose being the new Jar Jar?
Yep.
Oh no.
Okay, well, if you weren't including like the shows, what would be your top 3? Like, if you didn't, no shows included.
No shows included. Holy
yeah,
crap!
just the top 3 movie battles, 1 through 6.
Anakin, Obi-Wan. I'd have to go. Duel of the Fates. And,
Duel of the Fates #2.
Yeah, and then
Hey, I'll be right
then
back.
probably
I'll
episode
move here.
5. Probably.
Then episode
Luke Vader,
5, yeah. Mine would go 5, 3, then 1, and then I know I like 2's fight a lot. I don't know, Anakin dual wielding against Dooku. Something so impactful about Obi-Wan about to die, and Anakin saves him at the last second. Just like, I don't know why. I just love that fight, and Anakin's just his hasteness and how much he gets shat on by Dooku and just zapped the fuck down. Like, I don't know. I just love it.
And the thing is, he doesn't learn
Because I
because,
was so young when it happened, you know?
and he doesn't learn
Not
from that.
including the animations, mine would be that Anakin versus Obi-Wan, Duel of the Fates, and then the other would be again Yoda versus Palpatine.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can respect
You know
that.
what fight is the most underrated fight is Obi versus Vader in 4. Everyone shits on that fight, but I really fucking like that fight.
It
that
matters.
cannot be underrated. That matters. Yeah, just like he said.
It's
it
so
matters.
impactful, like the dialogue that surrounds it when they first he's like, I've been waiting for you, Obi-Wan. And like, I love how he has his saber pre-ignited, fucking just waiting to go. Some guy messaged me on the other team, can you screenshot? Sure, I mean, I shat on everyone at 18k in second place at fucking 11k.
But also the fact that Obi-Wan says, if you strike me down, I'll be more powerful.
I know, and
That
then
is like-
I bet everyone in theaters was like, what the fuck does that even mean?
They learn. You know what though? If you take out the dialogue in any sword or lightsaber duel, and you take out just the dialogue and it's just the fighting, all of them suck. Like the dialogue
it
is
becomes hollow.
really
It's
yes.
hollow.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Dialogue made some. But anyways, I'm gonna end this show right now. I gotta go grab something to eat. I'm gonna be back on the battlefront here in just a little
Sorry
bit.
about that.
No, it's a.
Well, if you're gonna grab something to eat, I will do the same thing, and I'll be back on Battlefront within 20 or so minutes.
And then we'll talk more lightsabers here here in a few hours.
Oh, you talking to me, Cactus?
All right.
Me? I wasn't talking, that was Rogue.
Well, it was nice talking to everybody here, and it was nice talking to our viewers.
Yep, absolutely. All right.